good evening. So it's me, Teacher Joy, and I'm here again to tell you another story or fairy tale story. Okay, so this story is about Aurora's story. Okay, so let's start. Long ago, in a faraway land, a king and his fair queen were blessed with a beautiful baby girl. They named their daughter Aurora, for she filled their lives with light like the dawn. A party was made for Aurora. Okay, so the king and the queen are very happy to have a baby girl or a beautiful baby girl. So they named the girl Aurora, and they also have a party for Aurora. Visitors from throughout the kingdom came to celebrate the birth of the princess, including the three good fairies who arrived with gifts. Waving their hands, Flora gave the princess the gift of beauty, while Fauna gave her the gift of song. Okay, so Princess Aurora is very blessed to have this guest, okay, because these three fairies, they give each gift for Aurora. So the first one is to be beautiful. Okay, so Flora, or the fairy Flora, gave Princess Aurora the gift of beauty, and for fairy Fauna, she gave a gift of song. Merryweather was about to bestow her gift when the evil fairy Maleficent appeared in flash of green fire. She wanted to give the princess something to a terrible curse. Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, Aurora would prick her finger on the spindle of the spinning wheel and die. Okay, so Merryweather is about to give her gift to Aurora, but suddenly there is an evil fairy who arrived in the party, and this fairy or evil fairy named Maleficent. Okay, so she suddenly appeared in a flash of green fire, and she gave terrible curse to Aurora. So that is on her 16th birthday, Aurora will prick her finger, okay, and on the spindle of the spinning wheel and die. Luckily, Merryweather still had a gift to give. She cast her spell to soften Maleficent's curse. Now, Aurora would not die when she pricked her finger. She would simply fall into a deep slumber, only to be awakened with true love kissed. Okay, so this is Merryweather. So this is a fairy who will give the last gift to Aurora, but there's something happened because of the evil fairy. So that's why instead of Aurora will die on her 16th birthday, she will not, because Merryweather gave her the gift that can soften Maleficent curse, and that is she will just fall into a deep slumber. Okay, and she will just be awakened if she will found a true love's kiss. So in short, Aurora needs to have a prince who really loved her. However, the king and the queen were still very concerned about the safety of their daughter. And so, with the heavy hearts, they agreed that the three good fairies, disguised as peasant women, would raise the child in secret far away from the castle. Okay, so the three fairies pretend to be a human, and of course they need to become an ordinary human or poor human, and they need to raise Aurora in far away place. So that is not in the castle but in another place, so that when the evil fairy will come again, so she cannot find Aurora. because the king and queen is really concerned about their daughter's safety. Of course, if you're a mother or if you're a father, you will really concerned about your child's safety. So this is what the king and the queen did. Over the years, the child grew into a beautiful young woman who made friends with all of the forest animals. Her aunties called her Briar Rose and surrounded her with love. But they never told her the secret of her past. Okay? So she's living in a secret place, and she is living with her beautiful aunts also, or the fairies. And of course, Aurora has a forest animals because maybe there's no one there in that place. So that's why only the animals is her friends. But Aurora don't have any idea about the secret of her past. That when she will turn into 16, so something will happen to her. On the day of her 16th birthday, Briar Rose still did not know that she was a princess. She spent the morning singing to her friends about how she's had a glorious dream. In it, she'd met the most wonderful prince. Briar Rose was convinced he was her true love. Okay, so this is her 16th birthday, and Princess Aurora is enjoying her day. So she is spending it with her friends, and of course she is singing about how she has had a glorious dream. So maybe she has a beautiful dream, so that's why she's very happy there. Okay, and of course there she met a most wonderful prince, and he thought that this one is her true love. Little did Briar Rose know a prince was passing nearby at that moment. He was Prince Philip, the very prince that the king and queen had planned for her to marry. Philip didn't know that Briar Rose was a princess either, but he was so taken with her beautiful song, he hopped off his horse. Okay, so there on the picture, that is the Prince Philip. So that is the person where the king and the queen wants Aurora to be married, but this prince don't know about Briar Rose that she's the real queen. Okay, so she's only knew that she's an ordinary woman, but of course because of the beautiful song of Aurora, he hopped off his horse. Okay, so Philip emerged from the trees, and he and Briar Rose sang and danced together. She realized that this man reminded her of the prince in her dreams. She felt as if she'd always known him. So Briar Rose was excited for him to meet her aunties. So she invited him to come to the cottage that evening. She knew that she was falling in love. Okay, so they are enjoying at Aurora's or Rose's 16th birthday. So they are dancing together, and the man reminded Aurora of her dreams. Okay, and it seems like Aurora's falling in love with Prince Philip. So she's very excited. So that's why she made a decision that she will invite Prince Philip to their cottage to meet her aunties, because she's falling in love and she wants her auntie knows about this king. But when Briar Rose returned to the cottage, her aunties told her that there were good fairies and she was a princess. There, she would meet the prince she was already engaged to marry. Briar Rose was overcome with sadness. She only wanted to marry the man she had just met, her dream prince. Okay, so when she returned to the cottage, her aunties told her about the secret of her past, okay? That she's a princess and these three aunties are fairies. Of course, Rose was very shocked at first and she didn't imagine it, okay? So, she's already engaged to marry the prince who she just met, okay? And of course, Rose only wanted to marry the man she had just met, her dream prince, because she already fell in love with Prince Philip. Next, when Aurora arrived at the castle, the three fairies left her alone to mourn. But Maleficent soon appeared to make sure her curse came true. She put Aurora in trance and led the princess to the spindle hidden high in the castle. There, Aurora pricked her finger and fell into a deep sleep. Okay, so the evil prince came back just to make sure that the curse will come true. So she's not, or it didn't disappoint her because Aurora pricked her finger, okay? And of course, she fell into a deep sleep. When the three fairies found Aurora, they realized that Maleficent's evil curse had come true. They took the sleeping princess to the tower room and then cast a deep sleep over the whole kingdom. Now, they had to find Aurora true love from the forest so he could give true love's kiss. Okay, so the three fairies are really good to Aurora. So when they found Aurora that she's in a deep sleep, so they bring Aurora into her room, not just because she's a princess, but of course they also loved Aurora. Okay, so, and of course they already know about it, right? And they know who made it. So they just need to find the true love of Aurora, or the man who can give his true love to Aurora, and that is the kiss, so that Aurora will awake. So it didn't take the three fairies long to recognize that Prince Philip was the man Aurora had met in the forest. Her betrothed was her true love, but he was in Maleficent's dungeon. The fairies freed him and then turned arm him with the sword of truth and the shield of virtue. Now he was prepared to fight the evil fairy and saved Aurora. Okay, so the three fairies helped a lot just to make Aurora's awake. Okay, and they go to Prince Philip because they already recognize that Prince Philip is the man who can give the true love kiss to Aurora. Okay, but there's a problem because Prince Philip is in Maleficent's dungeon. Okay, so the three fairies freed Prince Philip in order to fight for Maleficent so that he can save Aurora. So back at the castle, Philip came face to face with Maleficent, who had transformed herself into a giant, fire-breathing dragon. But the evil fairy was not easy to defeat. However, with the help of the three good fairies, Philip was able to send his sword flying swift and sure. Okay, so of course this giant dragon, so Philip cannot do it alone. So by the help of the three fairies, so he did it in a successful way. So with Maleficent gone, Philip rushed to Aurora's side and bestowed a gentle kiss upon her lips. Aurora's eyes fluttered open. The curse had been broken. When she saw her beloved, to man from the forest. She smiled. Now the prince and the princess could live happily ever after. Okay, so that's the end of the story. So this is it came true when Maleficent got, of course, with the help of the three fairies and with King Philip. Okay, so after Maleficent gone, Philip rushed to Aurora's side. Okay, and there he gave her gentle kiss upon Aurora's lip, and then Aurora's eyes fluttered open and the curse had broken. And then when she opened her eyes, she saw her beloved, the man who is in the forest. Of course, Aurora will smile, and that's or maybe it's because she already fell in love with Prince Philip, right? So that's why when she woke up, she automatically smiled. Okay, and after that, Prince Philip and Aurora lived happily ever after. Okay, so that's the end of the story. Okay, so I think that's it was a happy ending. Okay, and of course, since it's a beautiful story, I hope everyone enjoys it and you guys got a lesson. Okay, so we have here the moral lesson of Aurora's story. Okay, so we have here that you just need to have you just need to be positive. Okay, so that everything will happen in a good way. So even though there's a lot of challenges that you're facing, so just believe in yourself that you can do it someday. Okay, so just like the three fairies, so they didn't give up in order to protect Aurora. Okay, and of course to the King Philip, so he is very sincere to his love to Aurora. So that is, you just need to be sincere in order for you to be happy someday. And for Aurora, even though she knew already about her past or the secret on her past, so she easily accepted and she didn't run away because of course that is already in her 16th birthday, so she cannot run away or she can't do anything about it. So that's why after that, or after what happened to her, so she still lived in a happy place, and of course with the people who loved her so much. Okay, so that's why if there's someone who needs your help, so just if you can give help to someone, so don't be so cruel to anyone. So help one another in order to have success in life. Okay, so I think that's the end of our story and I hope you guys like it. So thank you so much and have a good night. Bye bye.